That what do sporting events get live? What does like a basketball game get?
Ooh, I actually
Do you know that,
I don't know
Dan?
Yeah,
Look that up. I'm curious.
I know. Yeah, I think the statistic-wise, this is something that was released like 2, 3, 4 years ago, something like that. Was like the total views of Riot's Worlds event was like 20 mil or 19 mil or something like that, and then like the Super Bowl was at like 60 mil.
Well, the
that
Super
year.
Bowl,
of course,
that's a tough comparison.
Well, but
Yeah,
that's
I
the thing.
remember that stat. It was the World Series actually.
It
Baseball
smashed
Series.
the World Series, didn't
Yeah,
it?
completely smashed it.
Yeah, the
And-
World Series had 9 or something like that. 9
and that was over the course of the whole series, not just one game.
Wait.
So
What's the stat again?
It was like the world, like
the World Finals for League of Legends was more than all 6 or 7 games of the World Series combined.
yeah, all sporting events except for the Super Bowl.
Here we go. So you've got a National Basketball League gets on average 2 million per game.
2 million views
Per game, yeah.
Okay.
Now, compare that, like, in a way, you're just a dude playing a game. Like,
Right.
It's getting there.
Right. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's definitely
Or when you actually had an event, you had almost 700,000.
yes concurrent, and it was like a 7-hour event. It was long.
And if you compare it to NBA, you've got 20 professional, not even 20, because you got the bench, you got the coaches, you've got like 100 full-time athletes making tens of millions of dollars.
Correct.
I think it's funny how when you,
Hey man.
it's no, but like we've all been wondering for so long, like when's it gonna get there?
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I think that I'm just happy that I'm at the forefront of it.
Oh yeah,
Right.
You're definitely spearheading it.
Yeah, and I want to. I mean, that's the goal is to obviously never stop, but to be yeah. I mean, 10 years from now, someone like let's just say this is the year 2018, right? 10
I
years
think it is historic. I do think so.
I hope so, man.
I do think so.
A couple more games with Drake, I think we'll be.
Couple more.
I think we'll be there.
That's right. But I think it's so funny. Whenever I see you on an interview, they're always obsessed with like, so you get paid $500,000. Tell me about that. How do you make? So you're just playing games?
So people give you money.
It's like, it's kind of annoying. It annoys me because it's like, imagine having LeBron James and be like, so people pay you $80 million to play a game?
It's frustrating.
You just dribble a ball,
Right.
And you shoot the ball, and they pay you $80 million.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I'll never ever react in a negative way simply
Yeah.
just because some people there's a disconnect. People don't get it.
comes from
They
a.
just
It
don't
comes.
know yet.
Yeah. It
Oh
comes,
yeah.
comes
I'm
from
not
an
mad-
innocent
I don't
place.
get mad about it. Of course,
Yeah.
exactly. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it seems like it doesn't. And I'm
Trying to
like, listen,
demean you.
And I'm like, exactly. And I'm like, listen, if you want to be better than like the tens of millions of 7 billion people in the world and be better
Right.
than them at something, and like you think you should get paid, like, and then hear their response. I never have asked or been rude like that, but I'd love to hear what they say.
Well, it's the statement is just so stupid because we already are paying people to play games,
right.
Way more than you're making.
You tell me you've seen the meme. I'm sure you have.
What is it?
Where dude, this dude is literally he's on Twitch, right? It's one of those like there's a name for the style of the cartoon joke, right? But it's like he's just like chilling, watching. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" A little bubble. He's like, "Oh, I'm watching this guy play a video game." Jeez, that's stupid. Walks like 10 feet, sits on a couch, and turns
Yeah.
on the basketball game or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
It's like you watch
It's the
someone else
same
play.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
you
the
watch
same-
someone else play a game. It's like
Yes, it's the
it's
same.
the exact
shit.
same thing, dude.
You've been doing it for hundreds of years.
But better, dude. It's even, and that's the thing, the live integration, right? I was actually just in an interview. I can't really talk about it, but like one of the things I mentioned was imagine someone being able to LeBron streaming, whatever, Drake being able to literally, donate $5, $10,
Interact
and
with
ask
them.
a question,
yeah.
a guaranteed question that will be answered.
Professional gaming, a lot of people have been saying like, it feels like a long time. Like it's happening, it's going to happen. But I feel like it never really happened.
Yes.
It's never really got to that place. What do you think are the biggest challenges that face professional gaming? I've always thought, for example, the fact that the popular games are always rotating. And so it's hard to like baseball, it's always baseball.
Always.
And so do you think that there's any, like, is there a solution to that?
Right,
Or is
yeah.
that just inherent problem of the
I think,
sport?
right, no, I think that it's going to be something definitely that is always going to be a hurdle. For sure. You look at League of Legends, in my opinion, the reason that they're so successful is the game has been the exact same, minus some upgrades to the maps and new champions. But I think those new champions, that's the thing, like a Fortnite. Let's just say Fortnite goes esports, right? Which I think you send me that, right? Or no, Rod Slasher send me a, excuse me. China, someone is investing 15 million in Fortnite esports in China. Like that's happening.
Based on what you did in Vegas, which we'll talk about, but
Sure.
I mean, that's like
Oh yeah.
evidence.
Yeah.
enough.
Yes. So let's just say Fortnite sticks around. or creates that esport, like the way that it needs to evolve is in a very minimal way, right? So constant like new skins, clearly, like maybe like a new map, right? But it always needs to be Fortnite. Does that make sense? Same thing with League of Legends, how League is always League, and the new Champions is actually a spin where it's like, okay, this is different, it's cooler, and you can always do bigger and better, and that's great. And now like the Super Bowl, I mean, football, those things are always the same, and sometimes the rules change a little bit here and there,
Right.
and that's kind of like how
it should be.
esports needs to be. Exactly. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a reason that Call of Duty and Halo are like, for lack of a better, like just falling off. It's simply just because new games, dude. You lose, you're gonna, dude. I'm an H1 fan, man. Halo only, dude. Halo, CE all the way. Halo 2, man. Oh, Halo. You lose.
Right.
You're gonna lose always a chunk of your viewers.
You know, it's interesting. We've talked about it before, but Counter-Strike did the
Yes.
beautiful thing is that the game was old. They re-released it. Same game, new graphics.
Boom.
That was it. That was it.
Right. The game was always so
And now it's
massive,
super
though.
popular.
Yes. The game was streaming, in my opinion, also really helped it. I mean, in my opinion, truly helped it blow up to where it was. I saw. I
Definitely.
mean, it was everything. It was like the #1 Twitch for a while, like right up there with League of Legends. And I think it was the gambling had a lot to do with it as well, and like the appeal of cases and stuff like that definitely helped. And I think that now, obviously, after like a lot of the controversy, we don't have to talk too much about it. But those people who did those things really put it in a negative light, and I also think that's kind of why it's not exactly where it should be today. Oh, for sure. You lose because
Wow. It was
the competitive side is
really
still very popular. But dude,
Those
Yeah,
gambling
and-
scandals have rocked sports for a long time. It's almost in a way a rite of passage.
Right.
They're like a
Oh,
huge
yeah, hey,
gambling scandal. Like, hey, we made it.
we
kinda.
made it. We
Yeah.
did it, right? Exactly.
Huge gambling
in a negative
scandal.
way, but yeah.
Do you think it's possible to have a competitive game that's evergreen in the sense that a traditional sport is?
Okay. I don't. I was going to say something kind of dark. Not until like a lot of older people
Smell you later.
die.
Pass from this
But
earth.
literally, because right now the majority are like you're 40, 50, so, like all those people, they love gambling. What do they gamble? They go and they watch football, they watch basketball, right? And so when our generation like right now, our kids are going to, they 100% are growing up. And what do they want to be? Do they want to be the next LeBron? Some of them, but a lot of them want to be competitive players, professional players, and that's simply because now it's accessible, right? It literally didn't exist.
Right.
You didn't have a computer 50 years ago, right?
That's
you couldn't-
true.
Now you do. You had a basketball.
So
when
you
were,
think in like 20, 30, 40 years?
I think less, truly, because I feel like with the technology growing right now, you have phones, right? Like the views are there, and when the views are there, the kids are there, it's there. So I think honestly, I think you're going to see a massive jump in the next 5-10 years.
Interesting.
But to the point where like if esports and these companies try to like bring in the older audiences. If they go out of their way and they do that successfully, then it could be sooner. But that's hard.
I don't think you can convert older.
I don't. No, you
I think
definitely
it's impossible.
It really is. It's hard. Very few parents understand, including mine at the time when I was starting out. They were just always like, like okay, like what do you like? Make
Have
sure.
fun.
Yep.
Yeah, have fun, sweetie.
Yep. Go play.
Yeah.
And then I'd be exhausted after 12 hours, but still making sure I was going to school and working my job that I had, and that was why that was okay. But for a parent to be like excited about their kid.
It's kind of even crazy to think about a world where they can be like, I want to be a pro gamer, and the parent encouraging that and be like, all right, did you practice today?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Right.
Did you play Fortnite for
How'd you do?
8 hours today?
How many wins did you
Yeah,
get?
how many wins
well,
you
I
get?
mean, dude, in
That's so
I mean,
weird.
like China,
not?
and like Asia, like that side of the world really is like they're already kind of there, right? There are parents who are like, they are like, you need to play 8 hours. Like, they want their kids to be the next faker, right? Like that, because that's there. It's there. I mean, you go there, you see they sell these mass arenas, dude. It's insane.
I didn't
World
realize.
last year was, oh my god.
What was it?
I don't know where. I think it was in Beijing, China. It was massive, dude. It literally was like they had drum lines and like it was insane. You have to watch the rebroadcast. Dude.
Wait,
The
what was
intro-
the games they were playing?
Just League of Legends, dude.
Oh, League.
It was the
I
League.
can't
It
believe
was-
League is so popular still.
It's again, dude, the Fortnite formula, the League of Legends formula. I'm sorry, there might have been someone before League that did it too, but League is the one that is the biggest right now besides Fortnite.
Yeah.
No, that formula is working, dude. Free to play, in-game skins purchases, accessible to everyone. Hey, want to play League? Oh, I don't have the money, man. Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can. Is Fortnite playable on shitty computers? Because that was a power of League as well.
It really is. If you don't, as long as it's not a potato,
Right.
and as long as you're not running at the highest graphics,
Right.
But still, battle royales are the biggest struggle, including Fortnite. Is like that connection to server still
Right.
is like
Yeah.
for some reason it can't even come close to being like a Counter-Strike server or something like that.